Dajahao, my name is Garrick, and welcome back to Taiwan, Laowai. It's once again time to continue our mission Michelin, our journey to eat at every Michelin-recommended restaurant in Taipei. I did promise you last time we were going to get a lot more of these, so I hope you're excited for that. That said, we are going to be sticking with the Michelin bib restaurants for a decent chunk of time from now on. I don't know if you're aware of this, but restaurants that have a Michelin star tend to be pretty dang expensive. And my money's gotten pretty tight this year through a variety of different circumstances, so definitely gonna try to keep things a bit less bank-breaky for a while. Luckily, the bib restaurants are also plenty delicious, so I think we're still gonna have ourselves a grand old time. Anyways, our destination tonight is a little place called Talking Heads, and yes, it is named after the American rock band. I have not listened to much Talking Heads myself. Apparently the chef is a very big fan of them. Something to put on my list, I suppose. But while the name is American, the restaurant itself is decidedly Chinese. Specifically, it's based on the Hunan and Jiangzhi cuisines of the Chinese motherland. One of these days I'll have to do like a deep dive into the 8 mother cuisines of China, because that sounds like it would be right up my alley. Anyways, we just got off the train at Taipei Station. Realistically, we could take the MRT over to Talking Heads. But I'm feeling a little brisk and I could use a little more exercise, so we're gonna bike over for like 20 minutes or something. I mean, it's Taipei in the evening. We gotta catch some of those beautiful sights, you know? I don't know what signature dishes to expect or what this restaurant is best known for, but I'm sure we will figure that out once we get there. So I'm gonna grab a bike and I will see you as we make our way toward dinner for tonight. Peace. So we should actually be pretty familiar with this part of the city we're in right now, because we visited it for one of our very first Michelins. If you were here years ago on New Year's Eve when we went to Peng Family, this part of the city is like pretty much where that was. I think Talking Heads is like a 2-minute walk away. It's very close. I'll put that video in the description if you'd like to check it out yourself. For now, we're just sort of schlepping through the back alleys to make our way to Talking Heads. Just about 6:20 now. Our reservation is at 6:30, so we're making pretty much perfect time. I do hope I have room in my stomach. I made the mistake of eating a ridiculously big lunch earlier in the day, so I'm not exactly coming in as ravenously as I would like to be. But I'm sure we'll make room in the old stomach if the food is delicious, which I'm sure it will be. And if not, well, I'm sure they'll let me take leftovers, so yeah. Also, yeah, Peng Family is literally right down this street, and Talking Heads is literally right down that street. So they are pretty much neighbors. I do like this little corner of the city a lot. I need to explore it more with, like, more time on my hands. But that can wait for another day. Dinner awaits. And as a matter of fact, I think I see the red Michelin bib sign for Talking Heads right over there. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Welcome to Talking Heads, everybody. It's just the bottom floor of this big-ass building over here. Very excited to get the feast started, so I'll see you inside.
1 hour later.
Oh my fricking god. So remember when I said I was worried because I ate a big lunch earlier and I didn't know how much room I was gonna have? Yeah, I am not kidding. This is the most food I have ever taken home from a restaurant. I don't even think I finished half of it. This place beat me. It really and truly beat me. On the bright side, we will not have to worry about breakfast, lunch, or dinner tomorrow. We are gonna be very well taken care of, I think. God, I am so full right now, but I desperately wish I could keep eating. That was delicious! Alright, before I completely collapse for the night, I got a total of 4 dishes at Talking Heads, and that total came to 1,870 NTD. That's a big, hefty price for a big, hefty dinner, and I am gonna be regretting it, I think, when the digestion starts. But right now, I'm just sorta, I'm a little loopy. That's what's going on right now. That was good. That was really good. That was really freaking good. Alright, by now I'm sure you know the drill. I have to get back home and crash and sleep off this gigantic belly that I've got bursting on me right now. So I will see you when I'm a little less punch drunk tomorrow, and I will give you the full rundown on the fantastic meal I just had. Cheers. Oh, good God, I am still recovering from that nonsense. Now, the nice thing is, since I brought home so many leftovers, I can actually whip myself up a quick lunch and show it on camera as I eat it, instead of just doing absolutely everything in voiceover. Won't be like an absolutely blind reaction, obviously, but it should still get the job done, I think. So, Talking Heads. Holy fuck, that was amazing! I've eaten at a lot of sort of sit-down Chinese diner places like this for Michelin. So, if you've seen any of those videos like Inns Plus or Pung Family or whatever, you have a decent idea of what to expect here. Lots of stir-fries, lots of local meat and produce. You can get a lot of dishes in, you know, small, medium, or large, depending on how big your party size is. Now, this is definitely one of the pricier versions of that kind of restaurant I've seen. Usually, the dishes in that kind of restaurant go from like 200 NTD to 400 NTD, somewhere in that range. But a lot of stuff here crosses the 600 NTD range, like just for one dish and just for the small version of that dish. So come prepared to chill out a few bucks, basically. Like I said last night, the total was 1,870 NTD for me, and that's definitely a bit in the upper echelons of the bib restaurants. But again, like I said, extremely freaking worth it. Alright, so we are heating up the leftovers as we speak. What you see here is Kung Pao chicken, and yes, real Kung Pao chicken. So excuse me if I'm coughing for a little bit, because there are real chilies in here, and cooking chilies in a pan like this, it makes the smoke go right up in my lungs. Holy crap. Might seem a little strange to do something so Chinese takeout adjacent in a restaurant like this, but Kung Pao chicken is, in fact, a very real dish that comes from China. In the original Mandarin, it's called Gong Bao Ji Ding, and if you think you know what to expect from getting it from Chinese takeout places, oh brother, this nonsense is spicy like you would not believe. Like, this comes from Jiangzhou cuisine, which is adjacent to Sichuan cuisine, which is the Chinese cuisine known for being spicy as heck, and yeah, this definitely qualifies. Don't get me wrong, it's delicious, but the chili is freaking aggressive. Like, I definitely miscalculated getting a whole bowl of this just for myself, because this is not easy to eat as one person. Every bite is kind of a struggle. That might seem like I'm knocking it, but, I mean, it's still delicious. It just takes a bit of effort to get down if you're trying to manage on your own. You might notice while the chicken is stir-fried, it is not coated in cornstarch like you might find at an American Chinese restaurant. It's just the chicken, the spices, maybe something soy sauce adjacent, and all those frickin' chilies. It burns, but I welcome it. I also like how many peanuts it comes with. For some reason, the peanuts don't pick up as much of that chili spice, so they're a welcome sort of nutty, refreshing breather when you need to calm down from the heat a little bit. As much of a trial as it is to eat, it's also very well balanced overall, I have to say. You may also notice that I mixed it up with rice, and this is another one of the dishes that I got at Talking Heads. This is veggie rice, and it's not exactly fried rice. I don't think it's tossed in like soy sauce or anything, but it is that general vibe where it's rice mixed with edamame and scallions, and I want to say some sort of like crispy little garlic nubs as well, because there was a definite strong garlic taste to it. Also, excuse my scratchy voice, the Kung Pao is very much getting to me. Whatever exactly is in that rice, it's a brilliant choice, I think. Because I find plain white rice a little boring, but with so many saucy things on this menu, you do want a bowl of something to soak it all up. And this has a lot of extra kick, a lot of extra flavor, while still being pretty healthy because of all the vegetables. It's a really damn good sauce sponge, which is what you want rice to be, while still being flavorful and delicious in its own right. Genuinely, I would come back to Talking Heads just for that veggie rice. It is that good. Also, excuse me, it sounds like the rest of my food just finished cooking. Let me get it out of the toaster. Okay, Jesus. So, what you're seeing right here, this stuff, it's kind of goddamn ridiculous. This is traditional Hunan-style pork, and I'm not sure what part of the pork it is, the shoulder, the belly, whatever. What I do know is that this is some of the most gelatinous, melt-in-your-mouth meat I have ever sampled. Like, you can just look at the pool of fat, the pool of melted fat this is swimming in, and you could get a sense of just how ridiculous this is. Eating this stuff is like putting a whole ball of fat in your mouth and just feeling it melt away into porky goodness. Like, it's genuinely kind of insane to look at. And it's even more insane to taste. Like, even as leftovers, look, this is all fat. This is just a whole blob of fat. And it's still so fucking juicy and tender. I'm not joking, this is genuinely kind of nuts. I have no idea how you get fatty meat this melting. I almost have to slurp it like noodles. That's how slippery it goes down. God, it's kind of funny. I actually ate at another American-style barbecue place last week, and this is better pulled pork than they had at their place. This is like the pulled pork of pulled porks. This is the stuff I also ate the least of last night because at that point I was crammed full. So I'm really sort of getting to taste it now. And really experience it for the first time without my belly distracting me, and oh my god, I'm kinda losing my mind here. This is kind of insane. Oh my god. Alright, you'll have to give me a sec because I'm gonna want to polish this off before it gets cold. Be right back. Oh man, well, I'm stuffed again. Go me. So there is one more dish I got. It's a dish I actually managed to finish in the restaurant, which is why I can't show you me eating it I can't eat up leftovers of it, because there are no leftovers, because I ate them all. Words! English! What am I doing? Anyway, the last dish I got was the Wuxi Chinese barbecue spare ribs, and I gotta say, I'm starting to think of these kind of braised, super sticky spare ribs as like the big tester for restaurants of this nature. It's rapidly become one of my favorite Chinese dishes, and I think if a restaurant can do this really well, that is a sign they are worth checking out. You'll be shocked, I'm sure, to know that these absolutely pass that test. They're so sweet, so sticky, so savory, tender enough that a simple chopstick prod makes them fall off the bone. In retrospect, it might have been a mistake to get that and the Hunan-style pork at the same time, because they're very similar meats in terms of being, you know, super sticky and braised and gelatinous and fall apart chopstick tender. But hey, that means I get to eat that super succulent meat at the restaurant and today as well for leftovers, so I can't complain. And I certainly can't complain about anything about my experience at Talking Heads. That was a fantastic feast from start to finish. If you have any love in your heart for Chinese food or satisfying food in general, then absolutely put this near the top of your list of restaurants to check out. It is that good. It is worth noting it's not a very English-friendly restaurant. The menu is in Chinese and the staff do not speak much English, so come prepared with a translation app or something like that. And definitely make a reservation if you can. This place is quite popular, seats fill up quickly. That, I think, is going to be the end of this Mission Michelin. I've still got a whole big belly to work off. At some point, I do think I should make a tier list of all the Michelin places I visited to see which ones are like the best of the best of the best. We'll get to that some other day. For now, once again, thank you for joining me at Taiwan Lao Wai. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And as always, I'll see you next time. 再见. Bye-bye!